Hey everyone, welcome back to Animation Week in August. Well, we've seen the Bobbleheads movie, we've seen
Toy Story 4, right?
Toy Story 4, and we've seen The Hero of Color City. So, because it's kind of my channel, but she's the main financial backer, she gets to pick two movies. So she picked Toy Story 4, and she also picked
Coco.
Coco.
It wasn't a bad movie.
It wasn't a bad movie, but, now, there's some people who, like, when they saw Frozen, for example, they were like, a movie with a with a princess and a queen, that's going to be really tough to market, so you might just see some Olaf meet and greets. Now, with this movie, I'm sure there are walk-around characters at the Disney parks, but spoiler alert, almost every single character in this movie is a dead skeleton. How are you going to have that as a meet and greet and not scare the heck out of kids?
Yep. Anyway.
There's a reason you didn't see any Frankenweenie mascots, probably. Maybe that can be for, I don't know if this is racist, Epcot's Mexico Pavilion during October? Is that racist? It is a Spanish film. You might be able to also see that at California Adventure during whatever they call their event, and maybe Frontierland in the Disney parks? Maybe?
I don't know.
But yeah, I don't know how you could, and they're even talking about changing over one of their rides into something like this. I could see how it might happen, but I don't.
You would have really had to see the movie.
It's kind of dark for a kids movie, because I mean, think about it. 98% of the characters are dead.
But he's learning from his ancestors.
Let's just talk about the plot. Okay, it's one of those movies where I really don't like this trope in movies where it's something where they like
celebrate their ancestors.
No, that is not what I was talking about.
Okay, what are you talking about?
What I was talking about was where the parents or people in charge are against something, but they don't say why. But they don't say why until like the very end of the movie. It's one of those things where if it was explained why, it would have been, we wouldn't have had a movie. That would be like me saying, hey, Kay, and don't, just say you don't know. What is 5 times 5?
I don't know.
I'll tell you in an hour and 40 minutes.
After the next commercial break.
I'm not monetized, so we can't have commercial breaks. Thanks, YouTube. So anyway, there's the kid, Miguel.
And he idolizes this singer.
Wow, they don't even say who the singer is.
I forgot his name.
Mexican Elvis.
Yeah, that's kind of how they put it.
Is that racist?
No.
Okay. So, yeah, he idolizes him, but the movie is kind of like Flashdance, or no, Footloose, I'm sorry, where it's like, where the mother is like, no singing, no music whatsoever, no singing, no music. Why?
That was the grandmother.
I thought that was the mother.
The grandmother was the one that didn't want it in the house.
So the great-grandmother was the one in the wheelchair that was like
Mm-hmm.
That was in her later years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's the politically correct way to say. Very senior?
Senorita. Grand.
Senorita plus. Like
Grand senorita.
Yeah. So, that's what it kind of is.
So the family's business is making shoes. And so Miguel
doesn't want to do that because he wants to have a life. No offense, shoe builders out there.
He would go out and polish people's shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he went to the square where a lot of actors, musicians, and that were. And hi, Coaster Kitty.
Oh, dang it! We need to put one in a cage.
Come here. You want to come here?
We need to put one in a cage or in a room.
Shh. Yeah, say hi.
Come on.
Okay, so Miguel is in the square, and he sees a flyer, and they're going to have a contest that night. And all of a sudden, here comes the grandmother, and she
is very against music.
Yes, and so she's like,
but she never says why. And it's, like I said, it's one of those things where, if it was revealed, we wouldn't have had a movie.
Probably.
So anyway, when he finds out that his great grandfather
is this famous singer.
Yeah, Mexican Elvis. We'd say his name, but it's not listed on the Blu-ray. Sorry. Don't blame us. Blame Disney and Pixar. It's not our fault.
So the music festival was in that honor. So he went back, and his grandmama, great-grandma, and the father were like, we've got a great surprise for you. And he's like...
His great-grandma didn't. His great-grandma was like...
I get to play music. And she's like, no. So they put on the leather apron and said, you get to start making shoes.
And then
he starts crying. And,
I'm trying... what was it? When he gets a guitar.
He made a guitar.
But his grandmother apparently smashes it. And then he just runs away. So he then steals a guitar from
He tries to steal
Elvis.
a guitar out of the building. It was a church or something.
It looked like a museum.
Or a museum memorialized.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he
tried a very empty museum. Maybe it was new.
Well, it was locked up, and he broke in, and he tried to take the guitar, and then all of a sudden, he got transposed into all of the people that were crossing the bridge to be with
what
their loved
happened
ones.
is he became a ghost.
Yeah, he transposed and was along
with a dog named
with a long tail. Or long
Diego? Was that the name of the dog?
Maybe.
God, I hope that was the name of the dog, or I'm going to sound racist.
Alright, let me look here.
That's not listed. If they're not going to list one of the main characters, they're not going to name the dog.
Okay. But anyway, so the dog is the one that was always
let's just say the dog.
Was always good to him in the current world. So now he's going, and he sees this bridge is lined with all these like orange flowers that they have at the altars and everything. So it becomes this magical bridge over to the ancestors. And so all these people are going through like...
It had a name, but I can't remember it. Middle World?
I don't know.
Let's call it Middle Earth. Let's rip off Lord of the Rings. Why not?
And all these people, they're skeletons and everything, but they get their picture taken like at a border, being stamped and able to
like
go.
at the TSA people.
Right. So to be able to cross the bridge,
you need to.
Your loved ones have to have a picture
have to have a picture of you.
Post it.
And they have to remember you, because if they don't remember you, then you
can fade away.
You go to the next level. No idea. I don't know. Coco 2, I guess. Coco 2, Dimension 3. I don't know.
Yeah,
Coco 3D. I don't know.
I don't know about that.
So anyway,
so his ancestors kind of know who he is.
They're like, you can leave right now, but you can never play music. And it's like, why? They're like, you can never play music. You can't sing nothing. And it's like, God, can someone explain why in this movie?
Right.
But
so
then that would take away about an hour of this movie.
So who he thinks that he wants to be like, finally this one guy, what is his name?
It said on it.
So he
Improv. Hector.
He finally meets with Hector.
Who he kind of comes across like a con man.
And so Hector is like, why is she scratching?
I don't know.
So Hector says, oh, I know where you can meet him. I will take you to him. So they were having this competition.
I need to put one of them in a cage.
Okay. They were having this competition, and whoever won the competition was going to be able to play at his party.
Yeah, because he's kind of like he's kind of a legend at this. It's all about him.
Yep. So, so he's like, I've got to get in. I've got to play. And so he's looking, do you have an extra guitar that I could use? Do you have an extra guitar? Nobody had an extra guitar.
He eventually finds one.
Yes, he eventually finds one. So but then
wait,
Hector
we forgot about 3 things, I think.
Okay, what are they?
He runs away from the other family.
Yeah. His ancestors.
The ancestors have this, like, Clifford-sized dog with wings to, like, sniff him out.
It was like a panther, like a...
Oh, that's what... I thought
it was a panther, but when...
I thought it was a dog. I'm sorry. I'm thinking
But when it came back, you know how it came back...
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Benji the Hunted. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just trying to wing myself out of it.
So he was sniffing to find him.
And the third thing was that he, as it's going on, is turning into a skeleton himself.
Right. His fingers are starting to turn white by joints showing the bones and stuff. He has to get back to reality by dawn.
Otherwise, he will have to stay there for another year.
Oh, I thought forever.
I thought it was another year.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Well, they did say next year.
Oh, okay.
So
there was one person that could not cross the bridge of the family.
So
they wanted to take a petal and, like, burn it and make it a wish that if he took it and agreed to the circumstances, he'd be right away back in reality, and he could fix it by putting the picture there.
But he says, nah, I'll steal it again, and then he's back. So then they're going on this adventure, and
he's going to play.
I don't know when to stop this review, because, like, the last 4, like, the movie's...
Well, he needed... First, he needed a guitar. Just wait.
Okay, the movie... I'm saying the movie is about an hour and 45 minutes, and, like, a good half of the movie is a twist.
Yeah. Well, he needed a guitar to play in it. And so Hector took him to his friends and said, can we borrow a guitar? And that's when his friend faded and they were sad. And
that's what part you're talking about.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the woman who said, like, who was, like, doing, like, a performance art or something by, like, having, like, music and stuff, and then saying, so what do you think?
Yeah.
Maybe some instrumental music? Good ideas! Play it!
So he wasn't there, the big star.
This is not one of the light-hearted Pixar movies, because, on midnight screenings, I think they say, like, they tend to do, like, a uplifting movie and then a tear-jerking movie. Like, probably Good Dinosaur and, like, the Cars movies are definitely made for, like, humorous, and, like, Monsters University, that's also very humorous, and maybe even Finding Dory, I think, if I remember that movie correctly. But then there are other ones like Up and... maybe kind of Toy Story 4?
3.
3, definitely.
Yeah, 3
a little bit of 4, and this movie, which are the...
borderline
make you sad.
Borderline make you feel like you've got feelings. Yes, definitely.
So we're gonna stop it right here. I know we're not saying much.
There is so much that goes on beyond this.
But yeah, and I don't want to say what it is because, like I said, a good half of this movie is a twist.
He's discovering and discovering and discovering.
Yeah, it's a twist, and
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to watch it. Just to have another type of, what'd you say, it was Pixar, Disney?
Yeah, it's a Pixar movie.
Just to have another type of movie.
What I will say is that it's a good story.
Mm-hmm.
It's not my favorite Pixar movie.
Maybe not, but...
like, WALL-E is still my favorite, like... Besides the Toy Story movies, WALL-E is, like, maybe my favorite one. WALL-E.
Yep. I suggest that... if you've got Disney Plus, watch it. If you don't, and you're feeling... when does this take place? Autumn? Fall?
October, I think.
Okay.
September or October.
You know, it's just...
sorry.
It's just one of those movies to watch.
We have friends that are probably going to yell at us when this review comes out saying, "You got that wrong!"
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Not to offend anybody.
It's not my favorite Pixar movie, but it is...
it's not the worst.
No, it's not the worst. I don't even know what... I have...
Got you
Brave,
thinking,
maybe?
Got you thinking there.
I'm not the biggest fan of Brave.
Anyway.
Okay, so... that's 2 I've chosen, 2 you've chosen, and the 5th one... I'll choose it. And I know what we're going to choose. We're going to choose something mainstream, but strange. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.